Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to a timeless wave of love reading for you, where we discuss the topic of love. However, the topic swirls in your stratosphere, however you are associated to the term, and whatever brings you here and whatever association you have towards the sign of Sagittarius and or the latter is in true form to being here and listening now to any of the upcoming messages. All right, bear in mind that you have tapped into a collective reading that I, 7th, am holding us at this time. This is not a personal one-to-one connection that you and I actually have made time for. So it's important that you remember utilizing your discernment to take all the bits and pieces that are to your liking and leave anything behind with me as you leave the reading behind. I am 7th, aka Master 7th, that reads these energies for you. I am a remote master healer as well as a tarot intuitive insight reader, such as this. Bear in mind that however the conversation would like to be had of and within or about the topic of love is however the energies of one of the two sister energies that I read for on this channel would like to have the conversation. On this channel, it is for the energies of Bastet. To reach her sister energies of Sekhmet, please consider checking out the description box below, where you'll find access to the links and how to get there, as well as to my website, where you can find out more information as to who I am, 7th, as well as booking any services that I have made available for you at this time. Lastly, please remember that feminine and masculine energies are non-gender specific. However, femininity has both feminine and masculine energies. Masculinity as well has both feminine and masculinity. All right. Saggy. I was just about to say Virgo. Well, anyway, we have 6 of Wands here with the Virgo Hermit card and the Ace of Cups. There's a massive, there's too much silence. But I think the silence is about to release itself, meaning it's almost time to be opposite of silent while in the environment of isolation. That's fucking weird. So this isolation is supposed to maybe mean, oh, you're going to be forced into this shit. You're forced to be a bit in timeout. However, this might sound of resonancy to you, and learn about yourself. And learn about why you do what you do and why you ask of the things that you ask of. There is, oftentimes, very high expectations and high standards that seems to be the case, that there isn't a same type of obsession to fix things that were required for another to have already figured out for themselves. It's pressing here. It's pressing because Virgo energy is not just the card of, yeah, it's time to go into hermit mode here and isolation and think about yourself. It's not just that. It's isolate yourself from the most amount of distractions as possible and learn about the explosive energy that is called your goddamn intuition. And see how loud that shit is. And that's why the energy came out the way it did. So convoluted and contradictory in the beginning. How the opposite of silence is going to happen while it also being a silent yet loud one. It's so loud in the reality of what you have to do that there's no getting away from this. There isn't. Like, There is a lot of yapping that you are guilty of doing that comes with a lot of fucking questions that sound to ether like you would want answers to, and yet one, you don't really pay attention to the answers, and when the answers come, you really don't fucking pay attention to the answers. So it's like, there's only so much shit you can consume in version of consumption and then be upset about how you feel. There's only so much room. There's only so much room that you can wiggle into excuses before it's like blatantly your fault. Right? So this lesson needs to be very clearly made with you somehow, in some way. So that way you understand what this card means. You victoriously want a fruitful connection. You want openness. You want connectivity. You want honesty. You want vulnerability. You want devotion and loyalty. You want something new, rejuvenating. You want to be taken seriously. You want to be taken to unbeautiful dates. You want to be admired. You want a lot of things. You want a lot of things here. But when it comes somehow to certain kinks that are required to uphold a certain standard in an emotional relationship, there seems to be a version of you take on the reins more than another, and it bites you in the ass. And yet you're not listening to certain aspects to make that a change. We have the Two of Pentacles with the Four of Cups. Yeah, there is the decisions that you make are loud with a glance into your environment. One can't assume the story just by glancing and take a peek in. That is true. For that, there are secular ways that you have intimate conversations with yourself that not any or many or anyone can get into and verbatim repeat back to you. So don't have that expectation of someone who you want to raise. Because if that piques interest here, you need to be also quote unquote disciplined and remember that you are not meant to be in a relationship to raise anybody. You raise children. You raise pets. You raise your dignity. You raise your human character. But when it comes to raising people, you don't raise people. They raise themselves, just like you have to learn how to raise yourself. A lot of you have learned over trials and tribulations of life how to raise yourself. Some of your life came smacking in so fast when you were younger that it's like, oh, time to grow up, and lost out on a lot of innocence. Let's put it that way. And don't forget that. Don't rob somebody's opportunity of innocence, even though yours may have been robbed. Two of Cups. What? What? Two of Wands. Not Two of Cups. What is that? I'm hearing it's a mess of so much fear and longing at the same time that a lot of people forget the reason why some of this shit works so quickly of law of attraction. I don't even have to define that, to be honest. I'm not interested in that shit. That's love and light doing that all the time. Darkness, which is Bastet's mastery, is knowing that she cultivates the energies to make what you think is of light as glorious as it is. But before it's being seen by you to be this glorified aspect, it comes of her. It is beautiful with her first, in darkness. It was created there. Its home is there. What you see is secondary. And a lot of people forget about that shit. Anyway, that was a tangent. All right, Seven of Wands. I mean, the Hierophant, I don't know if I showed you this. The Hierophant came out too. Listen, I mean, fuck. It's easy to challenge an indoctrinated mind. It's hard witnessing that mind not learn how it has an ability to sustain itself amidst what it learned. Some of you want really deep, luscious relationships, yet are afraid to plunge into the depthness and vastness of yourself. So the fact that certain relationships up to this point, or even the one that you're in right now, is like this, it just makes logical sense. Energy has to go somewhere at all fucking times. Whether that's in favor of you or not, or for your perspective, a favor for you or not. It's absolutely irrelevant to how energy just goes where the fuck it wants to. And then somehow, in certain ways, you're like, well, why didn't that backfire to that person who's in charge of really incredulous behavior? You'd be surprised by that shit. Because of darkness. Darkness cannot move, folks. Darkness cannot move. Cannot move. The idea of transmitting negative energy is as fragile to understanding the signs that you do not get a contagious reaction from a virus. A virus does not. It's not how we exchange, but a concept for another time here. That's for the sister energy segment to take care of, because she's fucking with that shit. Listen. The art of trying is always remarkable. It's when you give up or forget that trying can always be challenged and trying can always be refreshed, that you lose maybe hope, that you lose maybe integrity, or that you lose maybe even energy because it's just not being provoked. And some of you are really in need of good, provoking, luscious rejuvenation. And are afraid to take the plunge. Whew. Let's get on with it. Alright, so we have here 7 of Cups. Five of Pentacles. And then we have the 4 of Wands. That's the insight to there's good days and bad days, and it's hard to know whether there's more good days or bad days. And that's a problem. Right? That's a problem. A lot of you feel challenged by love, and not in a good way. It's making you argue and show up, and different personalities that you like to kind of keep at bay show up because of this said energy. And this is not a specific person. So this person is more or less probably in and out of your life. Okay. This situation. Okay. Where the pursuit of the energies of that make you who you are, that are non-gender specific, however, femininity, that's feminine masculine, masculinity, that's feminine masculine, are really pushing and jolting all aspects of you in all ways that it could be blatantly made clear. Whether that's emotionally, spiritually, materialistically, in friendship, in relationship, in situationships, in unknowingships. It's pressing. It's pressing because, Saggy, you're the alchemist. There is a beauty to how you naturally kind of integrate certain energies and stand up by them. And you haven't done this in a while. So this has to be zhuzhed up a little bit. It's like you are the bouquet of flowers and somebody needs to rinse out the goddamn fucking vase, fresh water, All right, before they start wilting sooner than they need to, or adding fucking fresh flower food. Honestly, you need some zhezhe. Some zhezhe. All right, with that being said, I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space, and may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.